suppose we should probably cap off the Mariameno stuff that was that's been happening this week.
So what's happened? Everybody's gotten together, aired their grievances, shook on it, and we're back to business? Is that what's happened?
No, I don't think that is what's happened, unfortunately.
Okay.
I've lost my tab. Did I close it? You piece. Okay, hang on. This always happens. Right, so TV One News did the story on it and followed up. So today was the court injunction. I don't know what you call it. It's the court. I want to say it's court hearing, but it's probably not technically correct. But this was for Mariameno to fight her expulsion in trying to get that undone before the AGM, which is coming up, the Te Pāti Māori AGM, which I think is coming up this weekend. And we'll have a look at that. Where does my screen keep going? My screen keeps disappearing.
Oh, look, with this update in StreamYard, I can't do shit. I'd love to do magic trolling like that, but I just can't.
Oh. Well, and I can't... Technology! Oh, there it goes. Okay. Pat's probably watching and going, my high-quality professional show is falling apart. Why did I let that person do this? All right, let's go.
From Te Pāti Māori's infighting reached the High Court today, where Mariameno Kapa-Kingi is challenging her expulsion from the party. The Te Tai Taukaro MP wants a temporary court order to allow her back into the party and its president, John Tamihere, removed. Political editor Mikey Sherman reports.
Mariameno Kapa-Kingi walking from Parliament to the High Court.
My primary goal is reinstatement. That's the thing. If that occurs, that'll then put us back on track.
She wants back in with Te Pāti Māori.
It would set a dreadful precedent if a political party could not follow its constitution, make a clearly unlawful decision, and then turn around and seek to oppose interim relief on the basis that, we don't want her back.
Inserting her back into a disharmonious and difficult and fractured environment will cause the distress and tensions that result from that with very little upside.
The expulsion centred on claims the MP misused party money for personal gain due to a projected budget overspend.
It is red rag to a bull to certain media and political opponents for a party like this to be accused of mismanaging money.
Kapa-Kingi's lawyer argued it wasn't party money, it was her parliamentary budget, with the co-leader Debbie Ngarewa-Packer signing it off.
So the party specifically agreed and approved with the Speaker this course of action to correct a projected overspend. The party then says, in fact, Ms Kapa-Kingi, you've misused party funds for personal benefit.
The validity of Kapa-Kingi's expulsion saw both sides debating over who had the power to make that decision under the Constitution.
Now, there, of course, is no evidence whatsoever of a disciplinary and disputes committee being established, let alone dealing with the complaints that are alleged against Ms Kapa-Kingi.
The spoiler alert is that there is a power in 3.6. The National Council may cancel any membership that the Council believes does not meet the criteria outlined in Clause 3.1.
It was argued the MP and her son also brought the party into disrepute.
He was saying more serious things, but she was, on the respondent's case, not rejecting it, not distancing herself from it and saying there's time for change.
That comment made to One News.
It's time for change is what I see, Mikey.
So you essentially kicked her out of the party because she spoke to the media?
Oh no. Well, the judge will determine if we did that right, but if effectively there was a breach of the Constitution.
Kapa-Kingi seeking in court to declare President John Tamihere's role is unlawful.
I think we're ready for a new leadership, actually, at that executive and that council level. I think we're ready for it.
Plenty more water to go under the bridge yet.
So I haven't been following it as closely. I've kind of just had drips and drabs in what you guys have talked about. That was actually kind of nice to have that piece be not unbiased in a way, but just kind of like stepping out a little bit and looking at the two lawyers kind of fighting the case from a different perspective. Because I think to this point now we've had he said, she said, this person's perspective, this person's doing a media interview, this person's standing up, and it's kind of been like, I don't know whose side I want to take, whereas this is like of pulled it back a little bit more, and it's like, this was a constitutional issue, this was this doesn't look good for the party, this is being weaponized. Like I actually really appreciated the story for just being like telling the facts a little bit. Like obviously there's still bias in it, but what do you think?
Yeah. I was actually talking about talking to Magenta about this afternoon, as my opinion on this story has oscillated wildly according to what piece of evidence comes out and what piece of news comes out. I have strong opinions both for and against a lot of the major players in this, so it's been really difficult to just form a coherent position. So having that sort of summary there is like, it is quite helpful. Look, I'm of the opinion that everybody involved in this has done something wrong, and everybody in this has handled it dreadfully, and I just want them to clear it and move on. But I can't see it happening in a way without, having a major character take a bow. And I think if I had to say someone, John Tamihere's got to go. He's got to go. He seems to be a major antagonistic part of this. I said earlier in the week the fact that Debbie and Rawiri didn't go to the Hui the other weekend was just such a missed opportunity, and that seems to me very much part of how John Tamihere would play this. I mean, I could be wrong, I'm not in the room, but that's what this man thinks.
The next wee bit is Mikey explaining what is going to come next from all of this.
No, Mikey, when can we expect the result of today's court hearing?
It's a court hearing.
Well, the judge in this case says that tomorrow at 4 p.m. he will release an interim decision. Now, that's essentially over whether or not he will reinstate for a time the party membership of Mariameno Kapa-Kingi. And that's because the MP wants to attend the Te Pāti Māori AGM, which is taking place this Sunday in Rotorua. Now, the party says as a non-member she cannot attend that AGM, but they did say today that they offered that she could attend the pōwhiri. That, of course, is the domain of the local hapu, the local marae, and that pōwhiri would essentially take around 2 hours' time, and everybody gets a chance to have a kōrero there. But through her lawyer, Mariameno Kapa-Kingi said she found that offer insulting. Now, a more substantive hearing in the High Court, that will be set down for Monday, the 2nd of February. That'll go over all of the issues that were covered today. Now, that, of course, is Waitangi Week. So that court case, it will be the pre-show to the main show later at Waitangi later in the week, and of course it's going to be a fiery week of Māori politics, so buckle up.
Yeah, that's so it's scheduled possibly for Waitangi Week, which that's going to be a very fiery week indeed, because something I've come to learn about Waitangi Day is there's all the niceties, but it's actually an opportunity for people to have their say. And it's actually quite not a government politics, but it's a political kind of space, which I think is, could be interesting.
That I think is a that's the worst possible outcome. Okay, and this is why I was gutted about how this whole thing has played out, and I think the lost energy and lost momentum. If we draw a straight line from the Tutu Hikoi to how that flowed, that energy flowed into Te Pāti Māori, it's gone now. It's just poof, it's hit a brick wall. It's dissipated. If this hadn't happened, for however it's gone wrong, whoever's to blame, if it hadn't happened, can you imagine Te Pāti Māori coming into Waitangi Week with that energy at their back? Of like, right, this is it. This is the start of election year. This is, here we are, united force with a singular mission to get rid of this government. And we don't have that. And we're not going to have that for Waitangi if they're going to take it to that level. That they're going to spunk all their energy up against the wall in a courtroom. It's gutting.
Yeah, so I guess that kind of wraps it up for well, not necessarily. So obviously we've got the result of that coming out tomorrow, the official result of that, where there will be like an interim membership, which I think would be really sad to have 2 years, well, I mean, like the last year as part of the party, and then not be able to go to the AGM if you possibly are in the party in the future. I think that's, even if you attend as sort of a fly on the wall, I think like even that should be allowed, but maybe not participation for, I don't know. I think it would be, I think she's probably devastated, understandably, because, serving the people is what she signed up for. So yeah, we'll obviously probably hear more from the TPM AGM next week, but as far as this goes, maybe something tomorrow, but probably next year, I guess. Saga might continue.
Yeah, I can't see there being a solution tomorrow.